What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with another player ratings video. A terrible display down at Bournemouth in a 0-0 draw. Completely heartless display, I thought. Nothing going forward. Defence was okay, but what's there to say, man? VAR decisions again.
Shocking performance.
Let's get into it.
So much indecision.
Yeah, let's start off with HUGO LLORIS. We gave him a 7. I thought he dealt with everything that came his way pretty well, to be honest. Kept us in the game a number of times in that second half. Made a few good saves.
I thought that last save right at the end from Harry Wilson doesn't get enough credit. It was one-handed with Wilson one-on-one in the last minute, about, 10 yards out? Fantastic stop by LLORIS to keep us, to get us a draw pretty much, keep us in the game. Other than that, he wasn't tested that much. Bournemouth didn't have too many efforts, but I thought, yeah, that one saved us a point, and did well.
Moving on to SERGE, AURIER, we gave him a 4 in a game where literally our whole game plan was just to pass it to AURIER, him bomb it forward and put a ball into the box.
Overhit across.
Did he put one good cross into the box the whole night?
Not one.
I don't think one. It was either hit the first man or it was overhit. It was one of the two. Defensively all over the place. What was there to say?
I wouldn't say it was defensively all over the place, but I would say going forward, shocking, really bad. We need so much from him because apparently our whole game plan is to just get it to AURIER when he's in an attacking position.
Well, we've got playmakers like CELSO, we've got wingers like BERGWIJN and LAMELA on the
He's the only one able to find space. And you know what? It's becoming easy for teams to just ignore him. Don't let him have space because he's not going to do anything with it. And then all of a sudden you freeze out all our other attacking players and we become so blunt. And we need AURIER to be outputting so much better quality from the wide positions because he's the only one who's able to find space, and he's not doing it at the moment.
Yeah, let's move on to TOBY ALDERWIERELD. We gave him a 7. I thought second game back, very good from TOBY. Probably, if not, definitely our best outfield player on the day. I thought nothing went past him. He defended everything that came his way. He tried to start attacks and long balls, but yeah, just tired.
A bit.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, a very long day after watching Spurs.
But yeah, TOBY 7.
Look, 2 games, 2 clean sheets for TOBY. That's all you need to know about him. He's a class act. I think it was a good display from him. Josh King and Wilson were shackled pretty well. I was worried him and Vertonghen might get done for pace, but I thought they coped all right with the front two of Bournemouth.
Yeah, defence definitely looks better with TOBY in it. Moving on, Vertonghen, we gave him a 6. I thought it was a pretty good display for his first time back. I worried for Vertonghen and his pace, like you said before, but I don't think he got done at all, really. And I thought it was a competent display from Jan.
He did all right. He did all right. I was pretty happy with him. One thing I would say in possession, I want to see a bit more from him because I expect more from Jan because he's a good player on the ball. Didn't see enough of him, either like going forward or spraying passes or enough of that. But from what he did do defensively, I thought he was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
Moving on to Ben Davies, we gave him a 6. Just your standard average Ben Davies performance. Nothing to see here.
Nothing. He didn't really get forward at all. I thought on the left-hand side, he kept Brooks very quiet. I thought he defended all right. No, very low-key display from Davies. No big talking points.
Harry Winks, we gave a 5-2. I thought last game we gave him a 6, but I actually thought he performed a lot better than that on reflection. But this game, I thought he was better than a 5, but you know, it goes to the higher powers on this one. So look, I thought Winks was all right. He played more of a centre back at times. You know, he was playing in that ERIK Dyer role where like he was forming a back 5 at times. But I thought, yeah, maybe you're right because his passing just wasn't on point today.
His passing was nowhere near quick enough. Nowhere near quick enough. I thought defensively, as a sitting midfielder, there was a few times he won a few tackles. He did all right. and he was battling well against Gosling and whoever was in Lerma.
His defensive display was good.
Yeah, defensively he was all right, but on the ball we need more from him. We need him to be asserting his authority, controlling the pace of the game. He wasn't doing that. He was just kind of within himself. He wasn't passing in between the lines quickly.
Is that his
setting
role
up
in the
attacks.
team now? Still?
Yeah, 100%. Of course it is. It doesn't matter where Winks is on the pitch. That's his role. He has to be able to use that. He's not even what he's playing at a base of midfield. Not because he's the most offensive midfielder, but because we want to give him space to pass. That's why. And he needs to be able to utilise that a lot better. And how many times did he pass in between the lines, in between players? Hardly ever today. And he's got to do much more. And yeah, I thought defensively he was sound.
Moving on to MOUSSA, we gave him a 4. Back to the old MOUSSA, to be honest. He did run a lot. Yeah, that's for sure. He did run a lot.
He's good at that. Yeah.
But not much else, was it?
Did a cross country, but different sport. I thought today. He was for me. He was woeful a lot of the time. His passing's never been his strong point, but sometimes the ball comes to him. He's like, just take a first touch, MOUSSA, and he can't do that. He takes the heaviest touch you've ever seen in your life. And it was very frustrating today, and especially against a Bournemouth team who were very defensive. You know, he was usually in his last season. What he was very good at was making these surging runs into the box to create space. And when he gets going to Sissoko, he's very hard to stop. But we just didn't see that enough today or in recent games. And needs to start doing more of that kind of stuff. If he's going to be useful, good use of the team on the ball. Because in this kind of position, box to box, we're expecting more on the ball from him. And we didn't see enough, I felt.
Well, I think we rarely have that much quality on the ball from Sissoko, and a lot of running. But let's move on to GIOVANI. CELSO came up at half-time. We gave him a 5. He was trying to make stuff happen, but it wasn't coming off for him. I thought he ran a lot down a few blind alleys. It wasn't... to be honest, I wouldn't have taken him off. I really wouldn't. Ndombele came on, but he looked so dead after 10 minutes, you know, like what was the point? Maybe Ndombele to come on for the last like 20 minutes, but clearly he's not fit enough, and that's why he hasn't been playing. Although he did, we'll get to Ndombele, but CELSO, I thought that it's 2 bad performances in a row for him now.
I thought he played all right against Everton. I don't think he was that bad. Against Sheffield, he was terrible.
Sheffield, yeah, sorry, I'm missing out a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, CELSO's got to do better for me today. He's got to do better. He's the one that's supposed to be linking the midfield to the attack, and he just didn't do that well enough today.
The thing is, at the moment, we've got a massive creative burden after Eriksen left.
Yeah.
I think people underestimate the amount of chances that man created. He was always top of the charts for chances created and assists and all that. Ever since this whole time at Spurs, he was an assist king. Yeah. And he had vision like no other, and I think we underestimated how valuable that is, because look how good CELSO is, and I love CELSO. He hasn't displayed the sort of vision that Eriksen was capable of just yet, and he hasn't displayed the sort of creativity from a chance creation point that I'm not saying he can't, because Eriksen didn't have it straight away, but I'm saying maybe he can develop that. I'm saying at the moment he's not filling the creative role that Eriksen left. And whether we needed another attacking mid as well as CELSO, or CELSO can step up and be that fill that creative gap is another question. Look, at the end of the day, it's clear as day for everyone to see that we're missing Eriksen big time. You know, you don't sign, even if Modric came in and to replace Eriksen, right? He wouldn't be able to fill that creative bone because they're different players. Of course. And that's what I'm wondering with CELSO. Yeah, but I'm not sure CELSO's that player. I think Ndombele could be that player. Ndombele looks like he's got high chance creation. Like, look at him as soon as he came on, 2-3 chances straight away. You know what I mean? He's got it in his locker, Ndombele. He just needs his fitness. In terms of Eriksen, we've said it before, you know, time when Eriksen was at his top, when he didn't play, Spurs were absolutely toothless. We couldn't put attack together. It's like that week in, week out now. Since Eriksen's left, have we had one game where we're creating chances easily? Can't remember any of them. I don't think so. So I think the chance creation is a big issue at the moment, and we have good attacking players, but it's that creativity which is lacking a lot sometimes. It's that picking of the key. Picking of the lock. Yeah. Moving on to ERIK LAMELA, we gave him a 5. My grandpa actually really liked ERIK LAMELA's display today, and I thought he showed his energy, he showed his will, showed his desire like he always does. But again, little quality at the end of everything, and I thought he was a bit of a passenger today. LAMELA saw a lot of the ball, but too much of the ball, you would say, because he didn't fucking pass
Every
it.
time he got the ball, he overran it.
When does it? He never. His timing of the passing is just horrific. It's terrible. He always hangs onto the ball for that extra second more when there's an option, when there's an easy option to release the ball to. And he was at his frustrating best, I felt, in this game. I thought he was the one going to be taken off, but he took off BERGWIJN. Because I feel like this position in the wide positions for LAMELA, I don't think it suits him anymore. He doesn't have the pace to kind of be threatening on the counter like we need. And especially under this Jose team, you see even today how much we played on the counter attack. And when you have LAMELA on the pitch as one of your three attackers, then it's going to slow down that counter attack, and it always will, and it did many times. And he just doesn't have that pace to be threatening. I think he's good when you're playing against a team who's sitting deep and he can maybe try and pick the lock. But on a team, sometimes in these kind of games, it's bad.
It's his decision making and it's his decisiveness. When he gets into his positions, he's not decisive enough. He's waiting too long to make that chance. That you know what I mean? That decision in his mind, he's too slow. He's too. It's not even his feet that are too slow. It's his mind.
So he's not. Yeah, he's not explosive enough. He doesn't just do something out of instinct.
No, I just remember that one time where LAMELA was about 5 yards outside the box, and you could see KANE making that. I think it was KANE making that run, and he had about 3 or 4 chances to play it, and he just overruns it, and then he loses the ball. It's ridiculous, and that happens like 5 or 6 times in a
blind
game.
alleys he runs down. It's
ridiculous.
Really infuriating. But the only thing I won't give him 5 is because at least he saw the ball a bit and he wasn't anonymous like the next player we're going to mention.
Yeah, which comes on to Steven BERGWIJN. We gave him a 4. I talked about LAMELA being a passenger, which was probably not really true. Like this one, BERGWIJN was a real passenger today. I don't remember seeing him in the game.
Did he touch the ball?
I don't remember.
I do not remember him touching the ball. It's like a ghost. I think it was a really bad display from him. Not to say that maybe give him a bit more time in the second half, see if he can change up a bit. Clearly Jose didn't give him that opportunity. But yeah, he was frustrating. Every time he got the ball, it was nothing. And I thought, complete passenger BERGWIJN. That was probably his worst display so far in a Spurs shirt.
And it's hard to take that one because BERGWIJN is usually someone that comes deep. He'll win the ball.
He's usually involved.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
He just wasn't.
Let's move on to Harry Kane. We gave a 5. He played more at centre back and centre mid than he did up front today. He had more headers in our box than he did in Bournemouth's box. I think that tells you everything you want to know about.
I mean, defensive headers were fantastic. He was. I think he should have won man of the match for his centre back play, probably. But yeah, as you said,
maybe that's his future at centre back.
maybe in a few years. Going forward, though, I wouldn't say it's totally his fault. Again,
should have got a penalty.
First of all, yes, stonewall penalty. I cannot believe VAR's not decided that's a penalty. Josh King's looking at Kane. He has 2 arms on him, completely bundles him over he pushes him over, clear as day. It's a definite penalty, and Kane is right to be hard done by. However, there are times he was the only one in the box. We're chasing the game. I remember it was stoppage time.
Which you
There's
can't
10
blame
minutes
him
to
for,
go. You can't blame him for that, but I'm just making a point. Stoppage time. We're going for the win against the team in 19th position. We've lost 4 in a row. And there's one player in the box when we're crossing the ball in, and it's only Harry Kane. He's literally sometimes the only one attacking for the whole team. I see him on the pitch. I see Harry Kane just trying to make things happen for himself and trying to make things happen for the team. And he's doing it all on his own with no help a lot of the time. You see him like no man near him. And he's even trying to, when he comes deep, he gets involved. He tries to make defense-leading passes. He even tries to make playmaking passes. And a lot of the time they're good, but a lot of the time he's not getting the help from the team that he needs, and it's so far. I can see you could see at the end how frustrated he was kicking the post.
He's missing Christian Eriksen. He's one that's missing Christian Eriksen
big time. But that creativity is not there for him at the moment. We need to develop a system where we can get our creative players involved and get them in and around the attacking players, because at the moment it's just toothless. We've got nothing. And Harry Kane is bearing the brunt of it at the moment, and I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for how the team are being around him, because he's doing a lot of good stuff which is going unlooked. But at the end of the day, how many shots did he have? Probably none. He's going too deep. Sometimes he's trying too hard to get involved. And
But like I said, he was more at centre back than in midfield than he was up front today. It's a joke away at bloody Bournemouth.
yeah, at least defensively, he stopped a few headers from set pieces.
Yeah, which moves us on to Tanguy and Ndombele. We gave him a 6. As soon as he came on today, you could see a difference. As soon as you came on, he started to break the lines. He started to play creative balls forward. You say we're missing Christian Eriksen. Harry Kane's missing Christian Eriksen. This guy, Tanguy and Ndombele, is the only one in our squad who can break the lines, who can see, who's got that vision to pass it forward, to play a clever ball and put someone through on goal. He's the only one that has this vision in the whole squad, and he's not fit enough. You can see that today. 10 minutes in, he was dead. He couldn't move.
It was a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was a great 10 minutes.
Classic Tanguy. But yeah, I agree. I thought he did really well. When he first came onto the pitch, he was doing like playmaking passes. He was passing and moving. He wasn't just static and just like walking around. It's so frustrating when like this guy comes on. It's not what he was doing wasn't difficult. Other players can do it, but he was just the only one actually looking forwards and not back all the time, and not looking for the easy pass and looking to split the defense and looking for an attacking opportunity. And it's frustrating that he seemed to be the only one at the time doing that, and it wasn't enough at the end of the day because he tired and he was one of the only players doing it, and he had a lot. Jefferson Lerma kind of was able to track back on him a lot, and he didn't have as much time. But we need him to be able to have time on the pitch to develop with the team. And also the team to help him create space, and he can help the rest of the team create space as well.
It's clear as day he's not fit. It's clear as day. It's you know what I mean. So I don't know what you can do with a player that doesn't want to get fit or doesn't get fit.
Yeah, he's got to sort that out. He has to sort that out.
And if he does sort that out, we've got a proper player on our hands, and that could be the answer to our creative problems. It really could.
I hope you're right.
Let's move on to HEUNG Son. We gave him a 4. Another passenger, I thought, didn't see much good from him. I have nothing else to say on him.
Yeah, I was a bit confused what position he was playing when he came on. I'm not sure it was central or on the right-hand side. He didn't do very well. He wasn't getting involved. One thing you expect when Son comes on the pitch, he's going to get a few shots off. That's what his main threat is shooting, and he didn't get any shots off. And he put one good ball in throughout the game when Toby nearly headed it in back post, but other than that, wasn't involved enough really, and you expect more from him from a player like Son.
He was a passenger, no two ways about it. Move on to Lucas Moura. We gave him a 5. Another player that didn't really impact the game, running down more blind alleys. I just thought he saw more of the ball than Son. So.
Yeah, he did. He did see more of the ball than Son, and he attempted a few dribbles. Again, another player didn't get any shots off. Another player who didn't look threatening at all in the final third, and again, Lucas need more from him.
Yeah. GEDSON, we gave him a 4. What position did he play? Right back.
He played right back. He came off AURIER. I thought he was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really do. Let's move on from GEDSON.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't even have that much time. Anyway.
I know, but some things he did just pissed me off. It was almost as if he was wasting time at one moment.
Oh yeah, in the corner flag.
The corner flag in the bottom. Like, what are you doing? We're drawing to Bournemouth. Try and score. He's like seeing the ball out, and not only did he try and see the ball, he didn't even get the throw. He lost the throw. It's like, oh.
That's the only involvement he had in the game.
That's the only thing I remember. That's why I gave him a negative score.
Yeah. Moving on to the manager, Jose Mourinho. We gave him a 5. Potentially we could have given him lower because the football today that we threw up, the tactics today were nothing short of disgrace. I'm sorry, but you cannot not take any risks whatsoever against Bournemouth. It makes no sense for the only tactics to be in the game to pass it to Aurier, for him to bomb it down and put a cross in the box when he hasn't put in a good cross in the box for like months and months and months on end. It's an absolute joke. And I for one, are sticking up for Jose Mourinho and backing him until the end, but these performances make it really hard.
Yeah, look, I agree with that. I completely agree with everything you say. One thing I would say about Jose is he clearly changed it at half time because he felt it wasn't working. So he clearly saw that the team wasn't playing to what he wanted them to play, and he wanted something different. That's why he brought on Ndombele. why he brought on Lucas and Son as well. We were a tiny bit better first half, but literally it doesn't, not really.
We came out with
sorry,
more
second half. I
intent,
meant
but after
second
10
half. Sorry.
minutes, it was nothing.
Yeah, well, I think the whole second half
stoppages
was
in
a
the
lot.
game
It was
in the
very
second
stop-start and for the injury and everything, and we never really got going after that initial 10-15 minute spell. But what I'd say about Jose, why I'm just going to stick up for him a bit, is just because I don't think this is how he wants the team to play. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that his game plan is against Bournemouth is to completely concede possession, sit back and look for a counter-attack. When this team are frail at the back, you know one goal and they're going to lose confidence. And no way was that our game plan today, to have no shots on target. To have no shots on
fans would
target.
beg to differ. They really would. You know what I mean? It's like this football is to do with.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
I'm not saying we're playing this football. We're bad because of Jose, but I'm saying that Jose, in his history and his career, especially at Man United and his last couple of jobs, this football is the football that he's been spilling on.
Not in these kind of games. Not in these kind of games. In big games away from home, yeah, he'll sit back and he'll look for a point and stuff. And then maybe in other games where he deems it necessary. But I'm sorry, I refuse to believe that Bournemouth away, that was his tactic and that was his plan. I've seen Man United under Mourinho win 4-5-0 in some games. Like it's like sometimes they went on the attack.
What's the answer? I don't understand. What are these his tactics, or are the players just making their own minds up on the pitch and just passing it to Aurier every time?
I think the players just lack confidence and not sharp and not going forward well. And when they're on the ball, they're too lethargic and wait too long to make passes and make decisions. And I think Mourinho's tactics probably don't help because I don't think he's the most attacking manager. But I refuse to believe that sitting back against a Bournemouth side who was so frail right now, just at this moment. They're very, they're gettable, and to sit back and not attack that team is not something I think Mourinho is that can't be his tactics. It can't.
I genuinely believe this is the worst football I've seen whilst following Tottenham
today and the other past few games.
Since basically lockdowns come back, pretty much apart from 20 minutes against United and 20 minutes against West Ham. Apart from that. This is the worst football I've seen following Tottenham. I'm telling you.
Worse than under Glenn Hoddle?
I think so. At least at Glenn Hoddle, we used to go for it and score some goals.
Yeah, maybe. We used to get beat 4-0 sometimes.
Yeah, we did. But, we got battered by Leipzig just before lockdown.
Yeah, true.
And it's not like we're not... I don't know, man. Let's call it a night.
Hopefully we just see better football. Oh, God, and who we got next?
Yeah, we got
perfect
Arsenal.
timing.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to this one. Just you know what? Just as long as we don't lose. Honestly, that's the bar.
The only thing
that's the bar I'm saying. Just don't lose at home to them lot. Please don't lose.
The only thing we got going for us is that sometimes in these kind of moments, and you feel like you've got a big game next, sometimes they can spring a surprise.
You gotta hope so.
We've just got to hope for a Mourinho masterclass.
I just don't lose. Just don't lose. I don't care. I want to win, but I'm not losing. I can't lose them first North London derby with a new stadium. Please, just don't lose.
All right.
Go for a 0-0. Sit back, park the bus. I don't care.
Well, that's your player ratings. It was a very long and hard evening for us making all this content for you guys. But
after that game as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Difficult pill to swallow at the moment. So yeah, hope you're enjoying the content. Hope Tottenham aren't ruining everything for you. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on Spurs.